Hi. Okay. I bet you can guess the sponsor of this video based on my glasses. This video is sponsored by Warby Parker. But before we get into that, today we are doing a big ol' drugstore haul. We're trying those like bottom shelf drugstore products, those things that maybe you overlook. Maybe they're brands you overlook, they're products that have been there a while you've overlooked. That was kind of my mentality and vibe when I was shopping for these products. So some of them, a couple of them don't perfectly fit into that category, but generally that's the vibe. So I'm excited. We're trying them all on today. And there are 3 products sitting right here that are so flipping good that I cannot wait for you to see them being applied, because I couldn't believe these were under my nose for so long and they're this good. And I feel like I've heard no one talk about them. So we will get into that. But as I said, thank you to Warby Parker for sponsoring this part of the video. The glasses I have been wearing for 4 or 5 years. These are my new frames from Warby Parker. They're the Halton frames. I absolutely love them, but I also love my Esme ones. Those are like the ones I wear all of the time as well. So if you've never heard of Warby Parker, they offer excellent vision care both online and in store. And so you can get eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, eye exams, and their glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. So my favorite part about it is you can have a little bit more of a comfortable experience. You can try on frames at your house. You can have them sent to you to just try on by yourself, ask the opinion of maybe those you live with. I feel like that's just a more comfortable eyeglass buying experience. I've done it all the different ways, and this is definitely like, there's a reason I like working with Warby Parker. But what's cool is you take a quick little quiz online. They will recommend glasses they think you will like. You can pick whatever 5 you want on their site, have them sent to your house for free. So you can try them on at home. I think that's so cool. And then you send it back. It includes a prepaid shipping label, so you're not spending any money. There's no obligation to buy. And so I love that. I feel like it's nice that, you can try this whole thing out and at the end decide you don't want to order anything and you've spent no money. Or you can find one you absolutely love and order them, and I think that's cool too. So the other thing I like is that I always add on the anti-glare lens protection and the blue light. And so you can have your prescription in them. You can add on all of those different things. You can even get like transition lenses if you're into that. You can get prescription sunglasses there, which is really cool. That's kind of like next on my list to eventually do. But yeah, I just love it. I've had such a great experience with them. My husband has Warby Parker glasses as well. He loves them. And I just always feel like the glasses feel incredibly well made. They feel just as nice, if not nicer, than the like $700 or $800 ones I've bought in the past, back when I had like insurance from being a teacher and I was buying, these ridiculous lenses. I love that these are so much more affordable. And quite frankly, I think they're cuter than any of the ones I've gotten in the past. I am constantly asked by you guys in the DMs where are your glasses from, whether it's these or my other frames. So it's always Warby Parker. Thank you so much to Warby Parker for working with me and continuing to work with me and support my channel. If you want to try out Warby Parker for yourself, you can order your own home try-on kit completely for free with no obligation to buy by going to warbyparker.com/Jessica Braun. I'll have the link right at the top of the description box and in a pinned comment if that's easier for you to find. And thank you, Warby Parker, for sponsoring me here. And I'm just now like looking in the mirror and thinking about how these would be really cute as sunglasses too. Now I'm like, All right, so let's kick it to past me and let's try on some hidden, I was gonna say hidden gems. Some of them are hidden gems, some of them are not. But let's talk about drugstore makeup. Okay. All right, so I've got the goods right here. Meyer. So I am so excited. This is way too many items to try all today, but we're gonna talk about all of them either way. So first things first, I need to put something on my lips. So this is the Pacifica Wake Up Beautiful Complex Lip Balm. This said it had like peptides and all the buzzwords that I feel like we want, But they had some colored ones. This, I think, is clear. And I feel like Pacifica is one of those brands that's like borderline, like, is it really drugstore? But we're talking about this anyway. So I got the clear one just because, I don't know. I kind of wanted to compare it to the Rhode Beauty one I've been trying that's really popular. Does it have a smell? If it has a smell, it is very light. So it said lavender lemonade is like the scent. Again, it is so slight you can barely tell. So if you were worried about scent bothering you with this, I mean, I just don't think it would, but it definitely is glossier. So it says plant squalane, quinoa extract, plant oils, and plant proteins, that it's a nourishing and hydrating lip treatment. It's got vegan collagen. It adds moisture that cushions and softens your lips while adding a reflective shine. I definitely feel like it does all of that. We will see. I could see this if I am enjoying the formula. I could see this being something I just keep in my purse. And yeah, I don't know that it's anything special just yet, but if you've tried the colored versions of these, let me know, because I was curious about those, but I was like, I kind of just want to try the baseline, like clear one. Plus I like products like this when I'm getting ready, you know, just throwing it on like we are literally doing today. All right, so continuing on with the haul before we put other things on, this is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleansing Bar. This is something that Taylor Wynn made me buy because we have some travel coming up and I thought it might be easier to try this out for cleansing my face versus trying to bring a liquid cleanser, which I always do. But I like the idea that like I would never run out of this. You know what I mean? Like in theory, it would take a while to go through this. So I thought that was cool. It wouldn't have to be in a liquids bag if I were doing it in my carry-on. There's a lot of pros to traveling with bar soap, but I'm pretty sure I could also use this for my body. So I mean, in theory, I guess I'm like now wondering if I can even use it on my face. It says rinse, avoid eye area. So now I'm like, well, crap. I don't know. I'll look into it. Let me know if you've used this, what your experience was. Like if you've used it on your face and your body, either or. But you guys know I like the CeraVe hydrating hydrating. I have not had enough coffee. We're filming earlier in the morning again because I really liked the early morning light last time I did this, so we're doing that again because I just think it's, I don't know, I'm using just natural lighting and I'm liking the vibes. So this video is off the rails. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay. So we're gonna try that. That's part of the haul. Okay. So I need SPF on and I didn't buy any, so let me throw some on and then we'll get into foundation. Well, I was gonna put it on off camera, but I figure I'll just show you. This is the Hero Force Shield Superbeam sunscreen. It's the stuff, it's like 20 bucks, but I feel like it's kind of that mid-range price point, but it is truly the one I've been reaching for every single day. It is so lightweight, no white cast, a slight glow. Oh, good sun protection. Like I've just been loving it. You can get it at Target for sure. And I want to say another place, but definitely Target, both online and I think you can find it in store. Although anytime I've tried to see this brand, I feel like a lot of it's sold out. So you might have better luck online. Anyway. Look at that glow. I feel like I talk about this way too much, but I can't get over how much I'm loving it. It's so lightweight. Can you see me smiling? I'm so excited for this next product that we're trying. So this is the L'Oreal Visible Lift. I have never tried this. I know it's been there for a hot minute, and I think it's crazy that I haven't. It says it's got a luminous makeup result, medium coverage, vitamin C, SPF 17. I mean, this sounds like everything I would want in a foundation, and it is wild that I haven't tried it. I think the packaging is kind of pretty. It's a glass bottle. It's got the pump. So totally was kind of guesstimating on my shade. I grabbed shade 146. I have a little bit of self-tanner that's wearing off, so we're kind of like in between in one of those weird nebulous skin stages, if you know what I mean. This is about the point in the video where I'm like, do I just start over because I feel like I'm being weird and the vacuum is starting. Hold on. Not right now, vacuum. It's a train wreck. Okay, here we are. So let's give this a try. I am so curious. Have any of you guys tried this? Is it any good? Okay, the shade match might be really good for right now. Holy moly. Definitely a more neutral tone, which can be hard to find at the drugstore, so I'm super excited about that. Oh, excuse me. This definitely feels a little more like liquidy than a lot of the, not so thin, but definitely thinner than most of the other foundations I typically use. Not quite serum foundation level like thinness, but close. This is looking so, oh my gosh, so pretty on the skin. Maybe not as good of a shade match as I was hoping for now looking at it, but either way, I mean, this is pretty close. If I'm liking this, I'll buy another shade. I don't care. Oh my gosh. I hope this is coming across on camera the way that I'm seeing it. It has a slight foundation-y smell. Not like a sunscreen smell necessarily, but just like, I don't know. I noticed it just then, like, oh, you can definitely like smell a little bit, but it doesn't smell like perfume. It's like, I don't know. Not a great smell, I can tell you that. So that was one layer. I feel like I could maybe put a little more on, but I'm kind of liking the way it looks. I'm kind of astounded I haven't heard more people talk about this. I'll be curious though. I felt like the shade range in store was abysmal, so I need to look online and see what the shade range is looking like online, because that could be a huge reason why it's not being talked about. So I'll put below. I'm gonna put a little bit more, I think, here. It's always the area I want just a wee bit more. I just can't get over how pretty this is. So, okay. Bottom shelf makeup, baby. Coming through. So the other foundation I got, we're not going to try today, is the Wet n Wild foundation sticks. I don't think I've ever tried these. They've been around for a while though. So I got 2 shades. I will most likely try this in a vlog coming up, since I'm not getting to like actually put it on in here, or maybe even in like a TikTok, Instagram reel type thing. So to show you the 2 shades I got, that is soft beige, and then this one is soft ivory. So soft beige, soft ivory. They look pretty creamy. I feel like back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, foundation sticks used to be really dry. And so looking at that, I feel, and I kind of feel like those are kind of my perfect regular and then self-tan shades, which is kind of just cool. Now, hopefully I like it. So yeah, stay tuned. I will probably try that very, very shortly in another video. I need to just dump this out. I'm so excited about everything we got, you guys. So I didn't buy a concealer, which is good because I feel like I've got a lot I'm trying right now. So I'm just gonna throw on a concealer really quickly. On the opposite end of the price point, this is the Natasha Denona concealer that I love so much. It is one of the very few concealers I would say is actually worth the price point, because the price point is astronomical, but it's like... So for brows, I have 2. I'm torn on which one to try today. I think I'm gonna try this one. So this is the Almay Really Real Brows. So my thing is, right now I'm pretty content with how my brows look, so I don't typically add a ton of color or a ton of anything. I just usually want just a little bit more to fill in and them to kind of stay in place. So I haven't tried something from Almay in 100,000 years. So this, I got medium brown for the shade. It says it shapes, grooms, and fills for natural looking brows. It looks like, I can open it. It looks like it has, well, first of all, it's the full-on size of a mascara wand. So that's interesting. It has the teeny tiniest actual wand. Yeah, it definitely does not look like it's gonna add a ton, which is kind of what I want. Oh, well, spoke too soon. Idiot. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay. So I'm going to wipe some of it off, I guess. This is why I still love the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It adds such a small amount. So if that's what you're looking for, I feel like that is still the king when it comes to like that's way more than what I wanted. And it's hard too, because if you're putting on a darker color, like obviously I have darker hair, so I feel like it can be hard because obviously it's still going to be the color that it is. So it's dark no matter what. It's like I almost want that color with a little bit of translucence added to it. Does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna wipe off a little bit. I haven't used this kind of a spoolie in a while. So I don't think it's terrible. It's still not quite exactly what I was hoping for, but I am being very, very picky with this because I've tried a lot of them. And I think some people would really like it though, especially if you think you would like that kind of spoolie and you do want more color deposited. I think you'll like it, but I mean, the reality is I've been using that one Maybelline brow gel for the longest time, and it is very, very pigmented as well, and I just have to wipe a bunch off. So it's no different than that in that respect, but again, I'm still just searching for that one perfect one. So the other one I got is the L'Oreal Infallible Brows Wear Up to 24 Hours Volumizing Mascara, but it's for your brows. And this is in 5.0 brunette. It has a much different, smaller brush, so we will try that again soon as well, but I feel like shades for brunettes can be really hard. I feel like it's hard for anyone, isn't it? Brow shades are so bizarre because, like for me, I don't want it to pull too warm. I feel like for blondes, it can be really hard where you don't want it to, maybe you do or don't want it to look reddish or warm. Taupe can be hard because it can be too gray for some people or not cool enough for others. Like, brow colors are so tricky. Okay, For eyeshadow, we have got this Wet n Wild Color Icon palette. Now, I already have one of these and I do love it. So I don't necessarily think this is super overlooked, but this is in Heart and Soul. And that shade right there, I want to try, like those two on the eyes. I feel like with hazel eyes, it can look really, or even like greenish eyes, it can look so pretty to have pinks and kind of the dusty mauve type colors. Can really pull out the green in your eyes. What am I doing wrong here? Let's swatch a few of these. Oh, this pink is not as pigmented as I was hoping for. Darn. Some of these are though, the shimmers. Yeah, seemingly this is a little bit hit or miss. So you can see some of them are definitely more pigmented. The mattes seem to be pretty nice and creamy. I don't know. Well, I'm definitely gonna do this. I love this kind of a shade right here on that top where it's kind of pinky. So I might just do that all over the place and then maybe put a shimmer on top. But that is definitely a color that I think complements my eye color really nicely. And this is blending really easily. So the other one of these palettes I actually really like. I think it's maybe slightly better quality, and it's their kind of more classic nude one. I can link below if you are interested in that, because this is obviously very pink. I have a little poll for you guys. How many of you guys do more than like 2 eyeshadow colors when you're doing your eyeshadow? How many of you guys do 1 to 2 colors, and how many of you guys do basically like no eyeshadow? I'm curious, because I definitely feel like it runs the gamut, and you know, nowadays a lot of people, I think generally the trend is to wear less eyeshadow, but obviously not everyone follows every trend, like duh. And so I'm just kind of curious, how many of you guys wear a lot of eyeshadow colors? How many wear less? Let me know below. I mean, that blended really easily. This looks like a lot of high-end shadows that I've used that I've really loved. Like that was so easy. I feel like it looks really nice. So do I want to put on, maybe I'll try this shimmer here in the corner was really nice. So I'm going to kind of tap some of that. That definitely had a little more pigment. Not even pigment, but like a lot more shimmer to it, which I thought was pretty. And it's kind of a chameleon color where I feel like it can kind of blend into whatever color you're using, not change it too much. So that looks nice. Yeah, don't sleep on Wet n Wild eyeshadows. They've always been good. Even like back in the day when it was like their little trios or whatever, walking on eggshells, they still have those, but that was like some of the only good eyeshadow at the drugstore like 10 to 15 years ago. So it's exciting that they still have pretty darn good eyeshadow. I don't think this entire palette is great, but it is not bad. All right, eyeliner wise, I picked up this L'Oreal Infallible Grip liquid liner. So I'm gonna tight line with just my pencil liner I always use, and then we'll go over it with this and make it thicker and kind of a wing. It looks promising. It's got a felt tip. It's really, really like a micro felt tip though, so you could be really precise with it, which I think is cool. So let me do this really quickly. So let us open this. Okay, I did get it in black. I was like, I can't remember if I got black or brown, but I did went with black. Oh wow, it is very, very black. So it says it's like micro precise, right? Precision felt liner, but you can definitely pretty quickly and easily get a thick line, which can be good or bad, I guess, depending on what you're wanting. But just be aware of that. I feel like it's kind of just looks like a normal felt tip to me. So, but again, if you're wanting a thinner line, but you want to use liquid liner, wow. So let's add a little wing. It's not doing that bleed where it just kind of like spreads out from where you drew, which is huge. So many liquid liners do that. And that is one of the, I mean, that is the defining thing. Like if it does that, it's just no good. Like you need one that just stays put, and there are plenty that do. And this is one that seemingly just stays put. I feel like it's, I don't know, do I need to shake it up a little bit more? Let me put the cap back on. I haven't used liquid liner in a while. I feel like it's like struggling to draw. See, no, it's looking super black. I feel like the tip itself is not as black. I don't know. So like if you're really trying to do it, it's not getting as much of the like ink on it. So this is just kind of weird. But I really like the way it looks. So I would say I think it's good if you're in need for a new liquid liner so far. And I'll put wear notes down below of how all of this looked by the end of the night. But so far it's looking really good. I'll let you know if it stayed put truly all day. Yeah, up to 30-hour wear. That seems crazy. That's too long. Oh, another thing I got, we're just gonna swatch today because honestly I forgot until just this minute, or else I would have tried it with it. It is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-hour eye stick. So it is a true kind of crayon. Definitely has some glitter suspended in it. It's got that kind of pinky tone. That's pretty. Let's put some on our lower lash line. I never do that. I used to do that all the time to have that like kind of almost ethereal look with like a light shimmer. Man, I used to literally like not leave the house without doing that. I don't even know if you can really tell. It's pretty close to my skin color. I might, once I've set my eye with powder or something, put a little bit more just to kind of see how it looks. So, ooh, we're getting into the juicy juice. So this mascara I have seen a million times. I don't even know, maybe it's newer. It doesn't say anywhere on it, but I know I've been seeing this for a while. It's this light pink one from Wet n Wild. It is their Mega Volume Mascara. 10 out of 10 saw lifted lashes. 8 out of 10 saw thicker looking lashes. So curious, the 2 out of 10 that didn't, like what happened there? If that many did, you know what I mean? It's like what do they always say, like 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this. It's like, what about that one dentist? It's like, nope, it's bad for your teeth. Just gonna give her a whirl. I don't think I've ever found a Wet n Wild mascara I've loved or repurchased or anything for that matter. So this seemed to be, out of the ones I was looking at, the one that was like supposed to be the most volumizing. So far it is not giving the kind of volume I was hoping for. This is looking very, which is exactly the expectation I had based on previous experience with their mascaras, but it had been so long I thought, oh, maybe they've improved. No, y'all, this is really falling flat. I would be part of the 2 of 10 that was like, I really didn't see much. Like, I mean, there's definitely mascara on there. It's a little bit blacker, but it doesn't look bad, but you know when you know your own lashes where you're like, no. Like, literally everything else I've used gives me more than this. I'll put on another layer in a moment. So let me set parts of my face and we're gonna use something else. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. To update you guys, I asked a lot of you if you've tried the new No. 7 Lift and Luminate powder that was reformulated, and it definitely is split. Like, those that have tried it and had tried the old one have said it's definitely slightly different, but it's still really good. And then the other half said it's definitely different and it is nowhere near as good. So cool. I will try it. It's on my shopping list, so I will try it myself and let you know. I hope it's as good, because for that amazing price point, man, like, it's the best. Setting kind of everywhere because I'm going to use a powder bronzer real fast because I did not buy a new one. So I'm throwing on the L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. I still love this stuff. I feel like it's kind of like a nice, more even bronzer compared to some other ones I've tried, and it's easy to apply, lasts pretty well. All right, for blush, I have 2 different products here. The one I'm the most excited to try is from L'Oreal. It is their True Match blush. I don't recognize this packaging, but the True Match blushes have been a part of the line for a long time. This is in Baby Blossom, so C12, and it looked so pretty and honestly kind of springy, but it just looks like a shade that I could really go ham with on my skin tone, and it still look nice, so that's what we're gonna try. But the other thing is the Pacifica Fluffy Blush. I'm just curious. This looks like someone had swatched it. Hate that. Looks like a very similar color. So there's the Pacifica, and then there's it's kind of hard to see, the L'Oreal one. So they're both kind of baby pink. So let's do it this way. Let's start with the Fluffy Blush, and then maybe we can kind of top it with the L'Oreal. I'm just going to kind of use my Real Techniques one. Yeah, that should work. It's looking really pretty. I think a big thing with a product like this is having a brush that works really well. You guys know I've been loving this one, because I think I could see this being tricky to apply with your fingers. I think it's possible, but it would get kind of annoying quickly because it's a small pot to get into. That looks so angelic, doesn't that? It's definitely like not the pinkiest blush, so it's not going to be wildly obvious, but it looks so sweet and pretty. Oh my gosh. In person, it definitely has that kind of bluish pink tint, which I think can look really, really pretty depending on your skin tone. I'm really liking the way it looks. I really was not sure how I would feel about that. So that is exciting. I'll be excited to try that again tomorrow. And then let's kind of top it with this just to see. Definitely has a similar vibe. So if you like that vibe but you want a powder version, I would go for this. They look pretty together though, but they definitely both have that light pink angel-y. Aww, good little finds. Wrong time of year, but good. All right, listen, I got 3 lip products. In addition, okay, 4 if you count the Pacifica one I put on, which has already kind of worn off, but it still feels comfortable. It's not like a sticky formula or anything like that. So, oh, I was gonna try another layer of that mascara. Let me just try. It's just not a good mascara, you guys. Like in a pinch to have something and it were like the only mascara in the world, sure, but why? If it were the only mascara in the world, would I care? I don't know. But just no. No. All right, let's start with this. This is from Almay. It's their Color and Care Lip Oil in Stick. And I got the shade Dulce de Leche. Oh, this is not what I pictured. I'm digging the kind of different packaging for this. Looks like it is truly a clear oil. They had ones that maybe had a little more color. I thought this would look more nude on, which is why I mean, it's like maybe imparting a slight color. You wouldn't need a mirror with it, which is nice. You know that trend that's going around where you use self-tanner, like with a little lip brush to outline your lips, to be lip liner that would last like a few days? Totally tempted to try it. Really just out of curiosity, but I feel like this would be one of those lip colors that would kind of go perfect with that every day because you'd have that, you know, slightly darkened edge and then this in the middle. It looks pretty. Again, I feel like it's a perfect everyday thing. So far, I don't feel like it's anything crazy special because it is just kind of like a lip balm with some gloss, but it is not bad. Other thing I wanted to try, we'll just put on top of this, the Essence Extreme Shine Lip Gloss. So I think I've tried this in the past, but when I did my best and worst of Essence video recently, I realized like, man, I have not tried, I don't think that in a long time. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It just gives that like ridiculous frosted, not frosted, like glazed look to the lips, which I think can be so pretty. And it has a slightly nice like sweet tart smell, but I love that it's got glitter in it, but it doesn't feel chunky. So I feel like this on top of a color you love could look really pretty, but I also think it looks pretty on its own or with a nude lip liner. They're just so shiny. So shiny. I really have not tried one quite this shiny from the drugstore. Not in my recent memory. Like I can't think of one. I feel like that looks really pretty. So we're going to try one more on, but I'm going to wipe this off. This is from Wet n Wild, and it is their Mega Slicks Lip Gloss. These have been around forever. It's probably been a decade since I've tried one. So this is like their pink one in cotton candy. Okay, you can't like get it to apply. You have to keep re-dipping. That noise is the thing I haven't ripped off yet. It's just, you like have to paint it slowly on your lips. Why can't it get more on the brush? This is definitely, it does not look bad. But it's definitely giving the 10 years ago feeling of Wet n Wild. The gloss itself, though, feels like an actually nice formula, but the application process alone and even the packaging, there's something about this that is like exactly the way it was back then, which kind of makes me happy, but I feel like it looks nice. I feel like my lips look a little bit smoother, so formula-wise, not bad, but application, not the greatest. Packaging, you know? I want to put some more of this Essence stuff on. That's what we're going to do. You're going to be able to see these lips from the other side of the Mississippi. I just love this Essence stuff. So, I mean, we're talking very similar price point. I would go for the Essence Extreme Shine. This shade, by the way, is Gold Dust. And, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10. It is so pretty. All right, let me gather my thoughts, and then I want to share, like, my top 3 favorites so far. Oh, wait, before I do that, let's apply a little more of this. There we go. Now I'm getting it to show up. Yeah, do you remember doing that? Do any of you guys still do this? I feel like I can look really pretty. It's a little too dark, I think, to put in the inner corner, but, you know. My top picks for this little haul here, this came to me very easily. The Visible Lift Foundation, I think, is looking so pretty. It gives all the coverage I was wanting, but it still had that glow. Now, of course, I've set it all down with powder, so I don't feel like it's quite as glowy, but you can still see a little bit, and I was, like, floored by how much I liked this. Obviously, this gloss from Essence, their Extreme Shine, I just think it's so beautiful. I love that it gives the look of a plumping, beautiful gloss, but it doesn't have that tingle. I'm kind of over that. really just because of the dermatitis I got, it just freaked me out. So I'm like done with volumizing glosses for now. And I love that this gives me that vibe without actually any of the tingle. And then I was torn between the two blushes. I feel like they're just tied because they give such a similar look. I want to see the Pacifica's wear time though, because I could see with a product like this, there's a chance the wear time's not as great. I really like the shade of this True Match in Baby Blossom. The rest of them, like, you know, the obvious kind of fails. The Wet n Wild Mega Volume Mascara, absolutely not Mega Volume. The Almay Brow Styler is fine. It's just fine. The Wet n Wild Gloss, I would say skip, get the Essence one. And the rest of them were just kind of somewhere in between. And then there's those few things that I still need to try. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you again to Warby Parker for sponsoring a portion of this video. Again, if you want to try on 5 pairs of glasses at home for free, you can go to warbyparker.com/Jessica Braun to do so. I will have the link right at the top of the description box for you, and I will also have it in a pinned comment if that is easier for you to find, depending on if you're like on your phone or on your computer. I feel like the comment box and the description box can be kind of hard to find. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you'll subscribe, stick around, watch some more videos if you're feeling it. I will link my drugstore makeup video playlist where all of my drugstore makeup content is, if you want to catch some more of them. I love talking about drugstore makeup on my channel. You guys know that. And so I usually do at least one drugstore makeup focused video a month, sometimes 2. So definitely check that out. I will link my drugstore dupes playlist as well if you're into that, because literally as I'm doing this video, one of these products is definitely a dupe for something. And I almost said it and I was like, hold on to it, Jessie, hold on to it. So that'll be talked about soon. Anyway, I love you all and I will see you in my next one. Bye.